Welcome to Classic Books Recaps, where the greatest stories ever written are brought back to life in minutes. Whether you're revisiting a favorite or discovering a new classic, you've come to the right place. Remember to hit subscribe and join us on a journey through the greatest novels ever written. Now, let's dive into today's story. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Let's begin in the quiet English countryside, in a village called Longbourn. The Bennet family hears exciting news. A wealthy young bachelor named Mr. Bingley has rented the grand Netherfield Park. This sparks quite a stir, especially because the Bennets have 5 unmarried daughters, and Mrs. Bennet is desperate to marry them off. Mr. Bingley soon attends a ball, charming everyone with his friendly manners. But it's his silent, serious friend Mr. Darcy who grabs attention, for all the wrong reasons. He's rich, yes, but cold and proud, especially when he snubs the second Bennet daughter, Elizabeth, calling her tolerable, but not handsome enough to tempt me. Elizabeth Bennet isn't one to be insulted lightly. She finds Mr. Darcy arrogant and unlikable, and she makes no secret of it. Meanwhile, her older sister Jane quietly falls for Mr. Bingley. Things seem to be going well until Bingley suddenly leaves for London, with no explanation. Elizabeth suspects Darcy had something to do with it. Her dislike of him grows stronger. Then, out of nowhere, comes a distant cousin, Mr. Collins. He's awkward, pompous, and overly proud of his connection to Lady Catherine de Bourgh, a wealthy noblewoman. Mr. Collins proposes to Elizabeth after just a few days. She refuses, of course, shocking her mother but delighting her father. Mr. Collins quickly shifts his attention and marries Elizabeth's friend Charlotte instead. Soon after, a handsome new officer enters the scene, Mr. Wickham. He tells Elizabeth that Darcy cheated him out of an inheritance, adding fuel to her dislike of Darcy. Wickham is charming and easy to talk to, and seems like the opposite of Mr. Darcy in every way. Elizabeth begins to believe she's finally met someone worth admiring. Elizabeth visits Charlotte and Mr. Collins at their new home, near Lady Catherine's estate. During the visit, Mr. Darcy unexpectedly shows up, and to Elizabeth's complete shock, he proposes. But instead of being romantic, he awkwardly confesses that he's tried not to love her because of her low social status, but he just can't help it. Elizabeth is furious. She rejects him and finally lets out all her frustrations. His arrogance, his role in separating Bingley and Jane, and the way he mistreated Wickham. The next day, Darcy hands her a letter and everything changes. In the letter, he explains that he kept Bingley away from Jane because he thought Jane didn't truly love him. And about Wickham? He reveals that Wickham tried to elope with Darcy's young sister, only for her fortune. Suddenly, everything Elizabeth thought she knew is flipped upside down. Maybe Darcy isn't the villain after all. Months pass, and Elizabeth travels with her aunt and uncle. They visit Darcy's grand estate, Pemberley, thinking he's away. But he's not. He's there, and surprisingly kind. He shows her and her relatives around with warmth and generosity. Elizabeth starts to see him in a new light. Her feelings shift, but just when things are looking up, she gets terrible news. Elizabeth's youngest sister, Lydia, has run off with Wickham without marriage. In that time, this kind of scandal could destroy the whole family's reputation. Elizabeth is mortified. But then, quietly and behind the scenes, Mr. Darcy steps in. He finds the couple and pays Wickham to marry Lydia, saving the family's honor. He asks for nothing in return. Elizabeth is overwhelmed by his generosity and begins to understand the depth of his character. Eventually, Bingley returns to the countryside and proposes to Jane, this time for real. Darcy also visits again and speaks to Elizabeth, more humbly this time. She tells him her feelings have changed and, yes, she loves him. They realize how much they've both grown. Darcy has let go of his pride, and Elizabeth has set aside her prejudice. The novel ends with both couples, Elizabeth and Darcy, Jane and Bingley, happily engaged, showing us that love built on mutual respect and understanding is the truest kind of love. If you enjoyed this recap of Pride and Prejudice, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit the bell for more classic books recaps. Let us know which story you'd like next in the comments.